1. How do you define an ideal project? This question, being one of the most important project management interview questions, intends to know the type of projects you would like to take up. By answering this question honestly, you open up an opportunity to manage projects that excite you or those in which you can excel. Your answer should include multiple points such as whether you like to work as part of a team or alone, the kind of deadlines you prefer, whether you are interested in innovative and creative projects or not, and more. 2. Work from home has become the new normal in the post-COVID-19 world. How well are you prepared to manage a remote team? In the present world, project managers often choose their teams from a global workforce and are expected to manage teams remotely. You should be equipped with the knowledge and skills to work with team members virtually. It calls for a different management technique. Your answer to this project management interview question should clearly describe the project management methodology you may choose to manage people and resources in a remote environment. 3. What is your strategy for prioritizing the tasks? Regardless of its size and scope, prioritization is a critical concept that determines the success of the project and the timely completion of it. If your interviewer asked questions on prioritization, your answer should include how you distinguish between urgency and importance. You can say how you determine what is crucial and leave behind what is unnecessary. This project management interview question is also to test how flexible and adaptable you are while managing a project. Your answer should describe that you know when to say no during the project. 4. What is the most desired skill that is required to become a successful project manager, according to your experience? Please give us a couple of examples regarding your past projects. If you are experienced in project management, you might probably know that there is no single skill that is enough for a successful career in the field. To be a successful project manager, you should possess multiple project management skills like leadership skills, communication skills, negotiation skills, and time management skills, to name a few. To answer this question promptly, you should be able to justify why you have chosen a particular skill. You can include a couple of examples to substantiate your answer. 5. Tell us about the most challenging projects you have managed so far. What were the steps you have taken to tackle the challenges? Here, the interview panel wants to know how you respond to critical challenges and deal with conflicting situations in a project. It would be best if you did not refer to examples where you had to manage tough team members or lack of support from management. As a project manager, you should be smart enough to handle such occurrences. Instead, focus on external factors like a situation where the project was unexpectedly called off, or funding was reduced in the middle of an extensive project. Also, you should explain how you tackled the challenges and managed the team during tough situations. 6. Suppose the project has gone off the rails. What steps would you take to get it back on track? Once you realize a project is not going as per the pre-planned time, budget, scope, or goals, the next top priority is to get it back on track. The project manager should be efficient enough to take the necessary steps to resolve the discrepancy between actual progress and planned progress. Your answer to this project management interview question may include readjusting resource management, finding the real cause of off-tracking, putting in extra effort, and more. 7. Which was one of the biggest mistakes you have committed in your past projects? How has it impacted your approach to work? To err is human, they say. It is how you deal with the errors that define your skills. By asking this project management interview question, the interviewer intends to check your honesty and whether you take responsibility of mistakes you have made in your past projects. Rather than giving a no for the answer, you can mention a couple of mistakes. Make sure you show that you take responsibility for the mistake, as it is a way to reveal your maturity level. Also, you can explain how you had resolved it. 8. Can you tell us an example of a failed project? Have you had any such experiences? Success and failure are part of your career as a project manager. It is not wise to answer no to this question as well. Instead, you can think of an event or phase in your previous projects where you have experienced failure. This project management interview question aims to check your experience in managing risk too. You need to include how you have handled the issue. 9. Suppose the customer is not happy about the quality of the project outcomes. How do you handle the situation? What is your way of handling an unhappy stakeholder? As a project manager, you will be answerable when the customers are unhappy about the project outcomes. While you answer this project management interview question, you should be able to reveal how much you value the customers and that you would accept their authority without being critical. You can say that you will try to make the necessary modifications that the customer is looking for. You can explain the steps you have taken to ensure regular interaction with the customer throughout the project. Also, you can say that you will communicate effectively to make the customer understand that the outcomes are within the scope of the project. Also, it would help if you communicate how you ensure that both of them are not benefiting at the loss of the other. 10. One of your team members is asking for more time to complete a task. As a project manager, you'll be expected to help team members that haven't been able to complete tasks on schedule in the interests of the project. You'll want to know why the issue arose in the first place, and apply an appropriate fix. You might talk about adding another member if the team is feeling overloaded. Implementing time buffers in the planning phase for certain tasks. Or negotiating with a stakeholder for more time or resources. 11. Can you explain the differences between risk and issues? What are the major types of risks that may be encountered in a project? Risks refer to an uncertain event or situation in the future that would bring a negative or positive impact on the project goals. Issues apply to any event or situation that currently impacts the project objectives. In other words, risk focuses on future events while issues are more of present occurrences. Issues are often considered negative, say a team member suddenly resigns from the organization. Risks would be either positive or negative. 12. Explain the concept of RAID in project management. RAID is a critical tool for any project manager. It stands for risks, actions, issues, and decisions. To define it, RAID is a tool used by project managers to track risks, actions, issues, and decisions in an organized way. 13. How will you avoid gold plating? To prevent gold plating, the top management should first stay away from anything above the requirements and scope baseline. Secondly, we need to look at the project scope from the outside. An independent auditor or inspector can quickly detect gold plating by verifying the deliverables to the project scope baseline. 14. When will you escalate an issue? Consider escalating a problem at work if the problem might cause a project delay or budget overrun. You've attempted to reach an agreement and establish a common ground with everyone concerned. You've previously tried and failed to solve the problem with various methods. You or other teammates are forced to take on a large quantity of extra work due to the problem. 15. What is the difference between program, project, and portfolio? A program is a sequence of interconnected initiatives handled as a unit. It is transient, just like a project, but it lasts longer. The program adheres to high-level plans that are supplemented by numerous specific plans. A project is an attempt to develop a one-of-a-kind solution or product. It is transient and has a solid start and end point. The emphasis is on precise delivery. A portfolio is a vast collection of projects and operations handled by a single group to achieve a strategic aim. It is permanent and integrated with strategic planning, unlike projects and programs.